Greetings, everyone. Seems like I was unmuted. Such an honor to be here with you. I am Rising Phoenix Aurora, another Friday live video with you all, 1 p.m. Central Time. Wow, what an incredible journey to be here with you. So exciting to be channeling Yeshua. So a little bit more about me, go to my website, risingphoenixaurora.com. I am the founder of A.U.R.A, Hypnosis, Entity Removal, Past Life Regression, as well as Raw Reiki, self-healing, and then also quantum galactic Akashic readings. So you go to my website, go to aurapractitioners.com to find your nearest or whatever practitioner aligns with your heart to book, and aurapractitioners.com for that. I host workshops, online workshops live, as well as in-person retreats. My next retreat is in Sedona and Grand Canyon for the practitioner. So Sedona, if you are not A.U.R.A and Raw certified, come get certified. It is incredible. You all go read the comments, the reviews. It's just so beautiful. If you are ready to self-heal and you're ready to release anything that is holding you back, come join me. You all learn how to walk your most organic timeline, how to become your own self-healer. Talking about even healing down to your DNA. If you have the jab, how you can heal yourself from that, as well as your loved ones. So why not come heal the AI, purge it out, whatever is attached, whether it's current life or past life. So it's just incredible, you all. Incredible. So thank you for the 55 who are watching now. Here we go. Let's go. Go to Patreon, Rising Phoenix Aurora, to support this video and all that I do. And also go purchase the books, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and many other places. Book 1 and Book 2, Multiverse and Universe, what this construct is about. I want to get started. Such an incredible video today, you all. Let's start it off with a little song. Here we go. Dance it off with me. We're going, you all. We're going. Here we go. Haters, I don't consent to you. Before we dance, keep it, trolls, haters, bots, whoever you are. If you're trying to spread negativity, keep it. Don't even bother. I am too sovereign. That kind of stuff doesn't work for me. It doesn't work on me. So it'll be yours to transmute. So, hey, what's the point? Keep it. I'm here to end the Archon artificial battles. I'm not here to continue on I'm not here to fight these battles. I'm here to end them. So let's go. All right. Let's dance, and then we're getting started.
You don't even know me. You don't even know my name. You don't even know me. Why you saying shit? You don't even know me. Why
Come on.
You playing games? Galaxy, the universe, tried everything to make you work. We can't start. No, we can't stop the sky from falling. Lights go down. Do you even know if I'm even around?
Yeah, let's go, you all.
Lights it make me blind and I'm losing my mind.
Okay, so you want to know who that is? That is Lights Go Down by Gum Pop. Lights Go Out by Gum Pop. Some, app that I rent out music from. So thank you. Wow. I know you guys always ask. Today I'm wearing Sunstone, Mother Pearl, and a beautiful topaz. She is gorgeous. And then Mogolite with rose quartz. All right. Okay. You all, come on. All right, so this is part of the Antarctica Tartaria series. You guys have been watching this for over 30 episodes. Now, some of the beginning episodes, I started remote viewing, right? And I started seeing literally Yeshua right there among Tartaria. And I was like, wait a minute, but they say he was born 2,000 years ago. So I started telling you guys about that experience and seeing him there and telling me that, he was there. So in case you haven't watched the series, go back and watch it. And if you really want to understand this video, at least go watch World War Erased Part 1 and Part 2. Also, Grand Canyon Part 1 and Part 2. That one's exclusive. It's only available under Patreon for only $8, and you get to have all the episodes we've channeled that are very sensitive and exclusive that we don't want to make public because they're just that sensitive. And it's also really beautiful for you to go sign up there. Okay, All right, so here we are. Fast forward. Here's a little, we'll add the links later of what you want to check out. Now, every video is different and unique. So I am going to stick with new content like I always do. Okay. So if you have questions, go ahead and add them now to the chat. And along the way, as I'm talking, also add them then, because I will answer them for you as we continue the video. Okay. I am here Friday, 1 p.m. Central time, every Friday. So let's get going, you all. Woo! I am excited. The reason why I'm excited is because Yeshua means, I don't know, the world to me, just like he does to everyone, right? I mean, we think about him, we cry, we see a movie of him, we're bawling, you know? We channel him, he channels and talks to our hearts, and we are crying. And it feels like there's no way that he was here 2,000 years ago. How could the collective gone through all those resets that have happened in humanity's memory and still be remembered and still have content out there of who he is? Because he was just here a couple centuries ago. So now to the remote viewing that I've been watching, every episode evolves, right? I have the data now that proves exactly what I was seeing when I was remote viewing him. So he'll be talking to me today from his time and space, or wherever he wants to talk, whether it's his time and space where he walked as in a scene, and then also from, you know, his higher self, Christ consciousness, infinite form. Okay. All right, here we go, you all. So let's see. Looks like yeah, you can hear me and see me good. Okay, it's looking good. All right. Okay, so wow, which one do I start off with? So before I show you the data and the maps, let me see. If you're unfamiliar with Tartaria, watch the series, but basically, you know, when you look at those buildings, the architect is just incredible. It's like almost not man-made, because it's precisely designed both in the cathedrals and all these Tartarian buildings with pillars. The window glass stains in those cathedrals, which are basically just cymatics. Cymatics is a combination of both sound and vibration, because vibration comes from sound, and also the inner workings of alchemy, symbols, sacred geometry combined together, right? Okay, so I'm going to move on now. I'm going to talk about new things. Okay, so, all right. So let's go back, and here it is. So let me make sure I have all these loaded. Okay, so this is known to be the oldest map, and I tried to find it, you all, so I could download of it, but I couldn't find it anywhere. So it's like also like in just a couple apps, a couple websites. But even on the Congress and Library, where I've been finding those other maps that I've been talking about, it's not even there. They literally just show like a file of it, and it says no image. It just says a recorded file of it. Because this map is actually known to be the oldest map of America. Now you have to go see the Grand Canyon, remote viewing the Grand Canyon and the hidden secrets, the hidden truths there, part 1 and part 2, because there we had Cleopatra, which was Divine Mother, and also Divine Mother Hathor, really, explaining to us why it was that it wasn't until very late 1400s to 1500s that Americas were discovered. And you have to hear that Earth's history to understand that. So go watch that and sign up to that tier under Patreon, okay? All right. Okay, so this is a continuance to that. Okay, so all right. So we figured out how come America wasn't, I can't really explain it here because it took hours of explaining it there and so much data that was shared there. Okay. So, all right. So, but what we do know is that America there's no data on it. It seems like only this part of the world, like say if we're looking at a map, the right side of part of the world, There's really no northeast. I mean, there's no east or west. It's just basically the North Pole that magnetizes the compass. So it's a circle. It's a circle. Yeah. Okay. So only Asia and like Africa and Europe, what used to be Mongolia, right? Genghis Khan, is shown in maps and not the Americas. So I'm going to show you now. Share the screen here. Make sure I have everything loaded, which I do. Okay. So yeah, so what questions do you guys have for Yeshua or Tartarian times? Okay. All right. So here we go. I've been freaking out about this because this is just like incredible for me. All right. You know, sure it is for you all too. Wow. Okay, so this is called Juan de la Cosa map of America. Okay, the first known map of America. All right, so this is a good, this person's website is a good kind of diagram to go through it. So we'll go through it here. So I have a map, but I couldn't find a good quality of it. You know what's crazy? Some of these maps I'll show you too, like they erased the original information about it. Yeah, you can't really see it. Okay, that's okay. All right, so we'll go through here. All right, so this is a voyage from around the world in 1500. Okay, so we'll just follow along this thumbnail print that this has made here. So this is a Nautica chart. So that's what they call like different maps, the way that they make them. They call them, the way it's made, it's a Nautica chart. It is the first known cartographic representation of the American continent. It shows the extent of our knowledge of the world in 1500. Well, you know, there's gotta be a lot of programming on it, so I'm gonna skip the programming on it. Okay, so, all right, so we know that it's from the 1500, right? We've also channeled Nostradamus. You want to go check him out. Nostradamus was pivotal, part 1 and part 2. You can find that in Rumble Odyssey as well. All right, so it tells you a little bit more about, you know, this navigator who basically illustrated this. We also found out in the World War Erased part 1 and part 2 that it wasn't so much navigating in the sea, it was navigating in the air, which they talked about pilots in a literal atlas book of back in, I think it was the 1500s, I can't remember, but it was 15 through 1700s. They already could fly, not the 1907 like they claimed at the airplanes, right? Okay. All right, so there's this man here. So it's just kind of basically already kind of talking about religion. So I want to say that this is not in any form any kind of religion, which I don't consent to because a lot of it's man-made, and I only consent to God's source being love, and not any of the violence and blood that you shed by religion and raped women and children. I don't consent to that. All right, through your history, I mean, it's true. So then let's see this large grass here, green mass. So I want to thank also the AuroRa practitioner who showed me this link. So see this is predating, it's interesting enough, supposedly it's predating when Columbus discovered America. So how could this, but then all those times are really confusing. I mean, they could just be lying and making everything up. So this navigator mark this here, and this is over here on the right is Africa and Europe, right? But over here on the left you are seeing, and it's marked beautifully as just forest, and that's all it is. Isn't that incredible? So we're looking at the earlier age where America has finally began to be discovered, you can say. But why was it invisible to the people in Europe and the other side, on the right side, right? Let's call it right side of the hemisphere of Earth versus the left side. Why was it invisible for them? And that's where you want to watch the Grand Canyon Part 1 and Part 2 to understand that, okay? So it seems like whatever was cloaking them, making them invisible, it's been removed for a purpose. So again, tons of forests, giant trees, I'm sure there. From there, we go to, there's, we're seeing some of the explorers already on the, and this is supposed to be, supposedly, Columbus was voyaging before the year 1500. Let me look into that, because I thought that they had said. What's the date, like the official date on that? When did Christopher Columbus discover America? Discover 1492. They say it's 1492. Okay. All right, back to the map. So, wow, it's incredible that these lands had, that's literally what's happening. These lands were cloaked. Okay, so, all right, so we're going through. Next one. Okay, so this map shows the meridian line in the Azores, representing how the navigational zones and parts of the Atlantic conquered in the New World were divided by between Spain and Portugal following the treaty. That's not what those lines are. We've been talking about it. In War World Erase Part 1 and Part 2. You could go check that out. Okay, all right, keep going. Let me find the most important things here. Okay, so this is an image of Mother Mary and the Virgin and her child, A.U.R.A. This is her. It's there she is carrying her child. Okay, so I can tell you that all maps prior to this and after this era of both 1500, the whole 1500 era going into 1600, after 1600, there's no mention of these kind of illustrations of Yeshua. So what this tells us here is that in this marking is telling us that Yeshua has been born. And I'm going to show you how that is. So no other maps have Yeshua, Mother Mary, or shown besides now in these 1500s. So it seems like, he was born in the 1500s. And he was alive longer than 30 years. And I'm going to show you why. Okay. So I think he looked 30, he says, but he was a couple hundred years old. And that's why he reached the world in the profound ways he did. All right. Okay. So there she is. He's been born. She's carrying him. And it's so important, you all, that it must be depicted in a map by not only Juan de la Cosa, but other illustrators, you all. It's not just one illustrator. It is multiple illustrators of those time and spaces. If we want to remember the true history, we have to go back to the past. So it is sideways, the way it's been illustrated. So you have to turn your head. And so the next thing we see here is Mother Mary, and she is holding Yeshua with two angels behind her, because angels brought. It was a natural conception in one timeline, but in another timeline, she did have sacred sex with Joseph. So in this timeline that we're seeing, it seems like it was more so that it was a sacred conception, energetically, Yeshua in her womb. And she was not raped. I once was watching this well-known channeler who says she was raped to have Yeshua, to conceive Yeshua. That is disgusting, and you're trying to violate her. So she does not consent to that. All right, so then this is, so you see that? That's incredible. There we are, we're seeing, is this a 16-point star? 9, 12, 16. We're seeing the 16-point star already there. Okay. Wow, look how beautiful that is, you all. Oh, it's just, wow. Their halos. What do the halos represent, Yeshua? Oh, I'm asking him. So I'll ask him questions. Well, he says it represents, I mean, very basics is the crown chakra, right? But why a halo? And then also angels are depicted, because it basically what it represents is the fact that they have a pure Mother Mary, because she was born, you know, she's from the scenes, and then we had grandmother Anna, which I think I'm going to channel her in the future, Mary's mother. They had very pure DNA that wasn't altered, and this, you know, how she was able to sacredly birth her child. Okay, so apparently it's very well known around the world to make a map of his birthing. Okay, yeah. Okay, next. From there, we're going over to the European and Mediterranean coast. They're drawn in a style of, does it talk about the style? So it shows cities basically, and yeah, most important cities. Okay, we're looking at a lot of civilization here. We're not primitive, very civilized already. See, there's castles, there's big Tartarian buildings already in that time and space. So this is you know, basically Africa here, right? And then there's like Europe and Greece over here, over the Nile here. Look at these guys, you all. Let's talk a little bit more about that. All right, so here's the illustration of Mother Mary with the angels. It's so interesting that the line is drawn half here, guys. Why is it drawn here? I have to look at a map. So where is, hold on, like a regular map. So as I continue to talk to Mother Mary, she showed me, you know, those the Qumran, right? The Qumran caves. And she showed me, like, when they said that she had him in a cave, she literally did have him in those caves. And I'll show you guys images so you know what I'm talking about. So there is the scenes. Okay, I'll show you an image. Load that. Okay, so then there's like ancient ruins, right, that are the scenes, but it's just that some aliens, basically dark humans, went and destroyed. So this is an archaeology site, right, where their building was at, but then you got all these caves around here. Okay, there's hiking trails, and look at all the caves, you all. Okay, that's one picture, but then look at like how they look. Anytime you see, like, you ever seen these kind of natural like this holes? Some of them are not natural, some of them would be made by man. Those are basically entryways into Akashic energy. So I hate cave as well, very sacred. Okay, so let me stop sharing here. So what I need to know is, let me find a map of its exact location. Oh, okay, so yeah, it's basically it's very close to Jerusalem. I'll show you here. There, very close to Jerusalem and Bethlehem. Okay, and that is, oops, click something. Okay, so that's sea. I don't know why they call it that sea, more like a live sea. All right, so going back to the map. All right. And I got more maps for you guys that shows exactly what I'm speaking about. Okay, so here we go. Next one. So look, like there's also kings and queens, and there is the three wise men, right? And it seems like they're traveling. They're traveling, they're going somewhere. And there's the Sahara Desert, right? It's not a desert. Oh, there's people there. How did that happen? Watch World War Erased, right? Next one. Okay. And there is the depiction there. More of the map. More. Oh, I can zoom in a little bit. Again, because I couldn't find a downloadable. I wasn't able to. There we go. We can zoom in a little bit and look around. Okay. There's some more of these basically stellar gateways. It's not gonna let me do that. Oh, come on. Refresh yourself. Oh, I messed it up when I zoomed in. Hold on. Let me see if it'll refresh itself. I'm just gonna have to refresh it. Okay, I'm refreshing it and I'm gonna, okay, I can't zoom in, but that's okay. Let's keep going. Let's go back to where we're at. Okay, we'll just have to see it without zooming in. Okay, yeah, so there's again lands, waters, castles, civilizations, cities. All right, next one. Europe, Africa, and Asia are covered with illustrations. Yep. So political, economic, and religions. So I mean, there's always been people who are kind of in charge, I guess, right? That's what we're seeing there depicted in this map. And there they are, the three kings, the three wise men, right? Follow the star to the city of Bethlehem. Look, they even have the star right there. So they are literally, you all, depicting his birth right here in a map. If you don't need any more proof, here it is. Like if we needed any more proof, here it is. We cannot be as that dense to understand that this is what they're saying here. Okay. So it was something very sacred, very holy. And at that point, the earth wasn't as dense as we're seeing later in the 1500s or 500s. So what I mean by that is that in all kind of logged data, we've talked about this, but just so you understand what I'm speaking about. So after the fall of Atlantis, watch the Atlantean Mayan series for that. It basically time started because we went from 5D to 4D transcend, and then not descending down to 3D eventually after the fall of Tartaria. Okay, so as we descended down all the way to the 3D, really time started happening, specifically when the fall of Atlantis happened. Okay, so they've added so they reset us in the last Tartarian, which was early 1900s. They reset us, started jabbing us immunizations because that was resetting us. And we'd wake up, they cut the trees down. We'd wake up from one night to the next morning, forgetting, you know? Okay, so I'm gonna show you, so we are, say in 2023, but at 2024, technically they added 1,000 years. So technically, if you're looking at a time construct, we're at 1,024. Not 2024. And I'll show you all these, they claim that it's a one, but it just basically just represents, yeah. It's like an I or a J. It's not a one. So it's really 792, 798, 648, 562, you understand? So this map that they claim is 1500 is really the year 500, Tartaria, okay? All right. So 500 years after the fall of Atlantis, Yeshua was born. But then we've talked about in other videos, especially in the Grand Canyon, like how confusing time is, because especially when it wasn't as dense, when we were still in the 4D. You know, maybe 100 years to them, 100 years to us could be a year for them. Like it's, yeah. So they could do a lot more, say in a year. No, they could do like in, no, yeah, 100 years could be one to them. So they could live longer, you know, like that. And we know that people lived long centuries, but again, data that has been erased from Earth's history. Okay, back to this map. All right. Wow, you all, it just makes me emotional. Are you feeling how catalyzing this is? I hope you are. Okay. Wow. Write your comments, questions. Okay. Let me see if you guys have any questions so far. Yeah, so I'll answer your questions after I show this map, and then I'll show you the next one, and we'll answer questions, and I'll show you the next one, and we'll answer questions, and the next one, because I have 3 more to show you what the proof I'm talking about, okay? All right, so back to showing this one, so we can complete this. Okay. All right, so here we go. So, guys, literally the birth of Yeshua. What? Wait a minute. Hold on. There's no BC and AD. What? They are literally depicting the birth of Yeshua. Again, you all. Can it be any more clear? Drop the mic. Boom. Oh, I love it when I find the data too. And you guys know I've been doing that over and over. Yeah, this is a real information here, you all, or, you know, really sharing the oracle visions exactly that they're, you know, Divine Mother Sophia and Divine Father Crystal are showing me all the time. Okay, so, all right, depiction of Yeshua, his birth. Next one. So this is the Tower of Babylon. It is shown as a large tower shaped like a, and it's upside down in this picture, minaret reminiscent of depictions of the Tower of Babel. So this is how these towers used to be, really, you know, and etheric. Some of these towers also, you know, like we talked about, crystallized, were crystals, and they crystallize into stone. Stone is still crystal. That's why to cymatics, they can still vibrate out energy. Are condense of energy because they were crystals once. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. They're showing me a vision why that is. They said that the reason why the surface, everything that were giant crystals, like even these crystalline, like this Babylon building was a big crystal and it has all the shapes of it too. It was in that shape, is because everything on the surface turned into a lower density as the descension happened, and they turned into stone. But what was inside, where do we find you all? Crystals, and they're not stone. They might have stone, I mean, they might be inside stones or like stones around them, but and a lot of even rocks or stones in rivers and so on are crystals, right? But because the ones inside held the organic blueprint of Earth, the 5D, and that's what we're still finding them. So when we are touching a crystal, we're touching it in a 5D truly body, and that's why crystals can even register to any kind of reading that it is a solid object. It's neither a solid nor a liquid in science. Okay, understand? So the top layers of all giant crystals, which a lot of them were buildings, petrified or solidified into more of a physical form and became the buildings. Okay, but then there are some buildings too that were built after as humanity continued to evolve. All right, next one. Oh, there's the Queen of Sheba, you all. Oh. What? You all, I had no idea she was there. All right. War World Erased Part 1 and Part 2, right? Remember Part 2, I think it was? We talked about Queen of Sheba. And go watch that so you can understand who they really were. Wow. I'm freaking myself out here. All right, next one. Gold mining in Africa. So yeah, their minerals, remember how we talked about the minerals? Again, World War I erased, part one and part two, how important those minerals are here. They're showing them here, you are. That's how, their importance. And oh my God, what I remote viewed, you guys, is literally being shown in the map. Oh, okay. I didn't get this map till after I had done those, because the practitioners just showed it to me, I don't know, like a week ago or something. Okay. Oh. Anybody else getting angel bumps? I am. Okay. All right, and then there's some crescent moons here, and look, they're seeing them mining, like they're, you know, holding those stones. So, okay, so around the Queen of Sheba, this whole area where it's now the Sahara Desert, which means that they nuclear bombed them, right? Here's the minerals. Thumbs up it, guys. Thumbs up it now, the video. And then after I'm done doing the live, write a nice comment, you all. I appreciate it, to help the algorithm. Okay, so what do we see here? So in the imprisonment of Gog and Magog. Huh. Who's that? Behind the Caspian Mountains, the depiction of the scene combines biblical and mythical elements. The two main characters appear in the Old Testament, but the story of their imprisonment behind the Caspian Mountains by Alexander the Great is a medieval legend, not legends, history. Oh, it feels like something dark. Oh, so I think they're talking about the Archon. There. So what this is saying, so I don't know about this. I really didn't want to read religion, so, but we do know that Yeshua did write the Bible, but they changed it a lot. But you could still sense his beauty in it, in a lot of the literature. I was talking to a child recently, and they were telling me that he has a lot of humor in it. Yeshua in the Bible, so I'm sure they took a lot of it when they like kind of remade it and inverted it. But yeah, he had humor. He's so beautiful. All right, so I'm gonna have to look into that. So like, what does this mean? I mean, dude, this looks like some kind of monster guy. Look at, he doesn't have a body. He's like half a body. His face is down here. He looks like the brain from Ninja Turtles. You guys know what I'm talking about? And then he's got like, this looks like body parts in his hands. Gross. This is a surprise again. We're doing this live, you all. So who are Gog and Magog? Let me look really quick. Gog and Magog. So, let me see. Go back to. Hold on, let me see if I could get a little summary of it. Bear with me. In the Bible. They claim that one of them is a descendant of Noah, which is false. My goodness, if they invert that. Okay, so Gog is an individual, and and then Magog is the land. Gog is the individual, and Magog is the land. So they're depicting something here, and then they're saying that it is, what did they say? That the imprisonment behind the Caspian Mountains by Alexander the Great is a medieval legend. So, so it seems like some kind of quarantine containment there in these Caspian Mountains of the virus. So, so continue on here. There they are. Kind of like eagle, like human eagle. And then the Caspian Mountains, for some reason, it's like containing this. Wow. There must be some secret alchemy there. Okay, next one. Feels like kind of like if you ever like go to the forbidden forest where there's like evil lurking, kind of like that. Okay. So this is Prester John, also features in Africa near what is now Ethiopia. The legend of Prester John, who was said to be a Christian ruler in the Indies, whose empire was filled with wonders, was very popular during the Middle Ages. I do feel he's positive, not a priest like these pedals nowadays. Okay. All right, so that's a depiction of him. And then in the north of Asia, there's a figure with several faces on their head and hands enclosed in a kind of niche bearing the inscription, Idol of Idolaters. It is an image of idol worship by idolaters in the city of Kashmir. So we're seeing the virus that we talk about, the Matrix, the fall of Atlantis, Mayan Atlantis series. Yeah, some of that. So spread out throughout the world where, you know, people need idolizing. Okay. So something's going on there. All right. So this is the map of the whole map. Huh? Okay. So, wow. Okay, you all. Let me know if you all find a better link. I just couldn't anywhere. Okay, so that's it. All right, that's it for that one. All right, so let me see what questions you have on that one, and then I'm gonna go into the other maps. Where, okay, in that form, in that map, we saw he's born, right? He's born, he's on Earth. This energy his energy literally has to veil the Americas for a reason. So let's talk to him about that, and then we're going to go into his crucifixion, because I literally found it in the map. Okay, so so let's talk to him. He's like, at that point when he's born, he says that the earth has shifted, like, you know, so there was the 3D, so we're operating in a high 4D at that point when he's born. Such a high 4D that it's almost like another choice of the collective. Can we allow his birthing to bring forth ascension? It's a second try, you all. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. It's the second try. After the fall of Atlantis, he's birthed, and it's like, humanity, can you raise your vibration enough to not let this virus that's plaguing your mind to control you and to, you know, causing evil, you know, like harm to others? Can you not be ill-intended? So that's what he does when he's alive. He's shifting the world. But as we saw, they didn't. They didn't take that second choice, that one more try. Let's try this again. But we know how much he is felt in our hearts even now. Okay, so let me see your questions. So the first question is, did they know of the Americas before Columbus came, or even Vikings? Okay, so you're gonna have to watch Grand Canyon, but it was cloaked, basically, is what I can tell you. And that's why no one can find it. So yeah, I think people who were positive could see them, but just like you see it depicted, it's just a bunch of forests. And what we talked about in Grand Canyon, they had like not just force fields, fog, and they even had like big positive sea monsters protecting those sea monsters you see on maps, America. So that's a little glimpse of what I'm speaking about. Okay. So, I mean, technically it was just, say, discovered only to the Europe people because they couldn't quite get to it or see it, because what was happening is that the bifurcation, all of America, North America, and South America, and that's why it's been so targeted by UK, Europe, who became compromised by the Archon virus. Okay, so they targeted the Americas because they were the organic part of the Visic of Pisces that we talk about. They were that. Okay, again, to find out more about what I'm talking about, watch those videos. Okay, Grand Canyon. All right. So when Yeshua was born, he unified both of these worlds that were split. He became the, I gotta show you the image. He became the center because, I mean, they say that he is just Divine Mother, a divine masculine of Divine Mother. And that's why we feel like that towards him, because of his love, because he was born from her heart. Not they say, but it is true. I've channeled him, right, in the past. So, yeah, the Visic Pisces. So what he's showing me here, so here we are, right? Fifth dimension. This side over, well, it was, let's flip it. So, okay, let's say this is Europe over here. This is Americas over here, where the indigenous are at. Okay, and giants. There were giants all over the earth. Okay. Like Vikings were literal giants, right? Okay. So then one side of the world was holding the organic, which was Americas, and which this is one of the main reasons why the priestess from Atlantis went to Americas to put the pyramids there. Okay. And so what happened is that when he came and birthed, these became unified, and now they became veiled, because it was again that second opportunity. So it was all up to the collective and their choices, right? You understand? So hopefully I explained that good. But more details, watch those videos. Next one is, where are the three wise men located on the map? Africa. So it looks like it's so they are, pull that up again. So it's definitely Africa, but it looks like it's like middle, no, more like yeah, let me pull up a map. Africa map. No, so it's not so much Africa. I don't want that. Images. Let's look at an African map with. Just gonna have to pull it up on maps here. Okay, Africa. Let's pull it up. It's loading. Okay, here we go. Okay, so what we're looking at here is that in the map, they're not quite in Africa, they're up here. Which is, where's Jerusalem up here, right? They were, let's look at it again. There, okay, so this is Africa here. See the silhouette, Africa here? And then this is the land to the right above Africa. So it looks like right here. Is that, where's Jerusalem on here? Jerusalem on the map. Are you gonna show it? I think it'd be in that area. I don't know why it's not showing it. Where are you? Yeah, so yeah, Israel, all those targeted areas, right? Yeah. Yeah. There we go. There's some of that proof that we're talking about. Why it's targeted. What do we talk? Which video did we do about that? when they targeted those locations. Oh, the regression of women, the regression of all these women here. So it looks like they're over here. Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Israel. They're over here, guys. Cairo. Well, Cairo's on the left. They're more on the right here. Okay. All right. Next one. Next question. Okay. Was there a dragon on the map? A dragon on the map? Did you see a dragon? I didn't see one. Let me know if you saw one. Okay. And where? I mean, I could show you the map really quick because I know you don't have it. Where on the map did you see the dragon? This is like a really hidden map, you all. I never had such a hard time finding the map. And even if I show you, look at this. There's been like remakes of it. So this was like a supposedly remake of it. Look at this, you all. Let me turn it. How do I turn it? Like that. Okay. Okay, they have Mother Mary. Oh, the three wise men are gone. They're not showing them here. They're hiding them. So, okay. Next one. Next question. Unless I see an answer for that. Was Yeshua alive at the same time as Yeshua? What does that mean? Was Yeshua alive at the same time as Yeshua? Is that a good question? What are we talking about? So next question is Queen of Sheba in this case? Oh, he was Yeshua alive in the same time as Cleopatra? No, I do feel that he came after, so the Grand Canyon, part 1 and part 2, after she left and went into Grand Canyon with the rest of the Egyptian civilization. So basically, he came right after that, and that's when the Romans, start targeting religion, right? Okay, so shortly right after her. But I mean, she was technically still alive. She was just over in the Grand Canyon. Okay, so next question is, on the upper right, you're seeing the dragon. Let's look again. Too bad it doesn't let me. Just keeps messing up every time I try to. Let me see. We'll have to play with it and figure it out. But I mean, I feel that there is a dragon, but I can't quite locate what you're talking about. Okay. Gina, if you see what they're talking about, if you could take time to look at that and maybe add, text me the image if you do find it. If you could do that, I appreciate it. So I could keep going here. Okay. So find the dragon that they're talking about, screenshot it and send it over to me and I'll share it if we find it. Okay, next one is Queen of Sheba, in this case, an incarnation of Mother Mary. Queen of Sheba, no, not in this case. I mean, Mother Mary is Mother Mary. That's why she's just picked it as her own. And then Queen of Sheba is just part of that inner earth beings that I talked about in World of A.U.R.A part 1 and part 2, how they had gone inwards into the inner earth. Okay. So next one. The body creature on the map may be a blemmy. I don't know what that is, so let me look that up. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's definitely a blemmy. So what does that mean? So this is known as in Greek a headless one. Was described as lacking a head, headless man. So, I mean, who doesn't have a head? You'd have to be a monster to walk around with no head. Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah. There's the name. That's in history of Blooming. Yeah, okay. Next one is okay, so we asked your questions, so let's keep going. I think so. Wait, I think some other questions came in. Let me see. Yeah, someone said, did you see the Americas look like a fish? The fish mouth, upper right, with the dark eye, and the scales are the other circles. Let's look at that. Share it. Thank you. Yeah, I see it. Okay. So let's look at this map here. Look at, and you know, we have Mother Mary holding her child here in America. Why did they put her in America holding her child, you all? I feel like I'm gonna have to channel next time. I'm gonna have to make a whole video talking to them, because why is she here? Why is she not depicted over here in Jerusalem in the scenes? So, or are they telling us that what? I feel that what they are telling us is that this has been unveiled. There we go. There's the proof. When his birth happened, his birthing brought in a whole nother land unknown, you all. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, I feel, yeah, that could look like a fish mouse. Yeah, that. We're looking a little bit here, kind of like South Carolinas, Florida, and then I think we're looking some of the South America and North America here, depicted as trees. Wow. Okay, next one. Let's go to the next one, you guys. Okay, because I mean, we're almost at an hour and we just touched base on the first map. Okay, so these won't be as long. So here's another map, guys. Again, archive in the Library of Congress, so you can see, and this is 1550, okay? Again, showing us that he was born. He's born. 1500, 1550, he is born. He is here. Okay? Again, no other map show this, you all. And there's some more stellar gateways. We talk about the stars everywhere. So where is this though? So this is supposed to be the chart of the Mediterranean seas. Okay. So that's where they're depicting that basically his birth was. I think we're looking at an actual map of his birthing in the Mediterranean Sea areas, which I believe should be near Qumran area. Okay, so let's see what else are they saying here. All right, next one. Okay, so we got another map. I found the second map showing him with Mother Mary, his mother. Okay. All right, so from there, it gets sad because we're going from 1500 to he is born 1550. There's still some that he's born, right? He's been born. Then we are looking now at a map of it's so sad at this point. 1640, you all. 1640. Here we are in these Mediterranean Black Sea regions again, and look at what's happened. This map literally depicts when he was crucified. There he is. And this is so. You see that? So he was born in 1500 and died in 1640. So technically, yeah, he might have looked dirty, but he was 140 years old because we lived longer then, right? There was no chemtrails and pesticides and cancer. And there these kingdoms have crucified him. Right here. And is it even telling us here? Let's look at this map detailedly. These beings who have crucified him. Why are they showing America? Again. And then we have Africa and Asia down here. But he's not shown crucified in Asia and Africa. His cross is literally America. He's holding the world of America on him. Why did this illustrator depict that? There's an importance to this illustrator, right? So I need to remote view and keep talking to him. So this is by Cavallini Giovanni Battista. Oh my goodness, my heart hurts. And then when you look at, so I went to the Art Institute of Chicago, and all the 1600 paintings, you all have him crucified. It's horrific. Every room you go into, like 2-3 rooms, are paintings of illustrators that painting him back then crucified. So there's more proof for us there. The church and crucifixion, and the church and priests crucifying. These rooms are covered in that. So let's understand this some more. So where are we here? What is this? Because it's hard, because so it says that according to this is a chart of the Mediterranean Sea and western part of the Black Sea. Okay, so Portland chart of Aegean Sea and part of Mediterranean Sea, including Crete. Oh my God, you all. It's gonna make me cry, because he is who unveiled the world here, you all. That was non-existence. It's the only thing that makes sense in what he's saying here in this data, you all. Why even in this depiction he's holding us in the Americas? Because he unveiled that. A new world. What's here? What do we see here? You're seeing some islands. There's the Gulf of Mexico, Florida. Even then, look, it's called Florida. The Bermuda. They've already discovered America so much in the time frame he was born, for 1500, or technically 500 to 640. That must have been fun to discover that. Like, what? Like, where have you been? This whole world? Where, you know? As we know, that made man, religions, entities, dark aliens inside these, and priests really, really mad that target him. Because I remember those Romans were so dark. They had dark sorcerers. They were dark sorcerers. They had dark sorceries. Dark sorcerers were doing their minion work. There's Asia. There's another cross here. Let me know what questions you guys or comments you want to add to this map. Can you bold them for comments on this map, specifically where they're showing crucified? Put them in bold so I know you're asking or commenting about this question, this specific map. There's Africa and Asia again. Europe. It says Europe there. Europa. And there's again, we're already seeing civilizations, right? So think about how much, like if we think about like how much Tesla changed the world for us in his time frame, I mean, because he died in the 1930s, just died the century before 2000 or 1000 or whatever. I don't know, not 1000. Yeah. And think about what he did in that time frame and how many people he reached. And obviously he was waking up to many. And that virus, he's fighting and fighting it, right? With love, teaching people to love, to self-heal. And he accomplished his mission. He did what he could. Earth wasn't able to completely evolve because there's still the men that were virused by the AI virus. He couldn't completely remove it, but at least he left sacred teachings behind. He left his Bible. He left the Essenes teachings. So we could remember him in the now because he was just here, you all. 1640. I mean, I was born in 1980. That's only what? 240 years before I was born, you all. He was just here. And this is why he just walked the earth. All right, let me see what questions you have. And then I have one more to show you. Actually, I'll finish this last one and then we'll take questions because this one is the same type of theme again, you all. A archive map of Earth's history, and this one is Library of Congress again. And different artists, you all. Why would there be two different artists? And we know that they destroyed a lot of stuff. This is only what they left behind somehow. 1633. Okay, so that was, which one was this one? This one was 1640. So even in 1633, so 30s, 40s is when he was crucified then. 1640s, 1630s, you all, because look at this. There he is, he's crucified. This one's an easier one here to look at. So we got Tartaria, right? The one that they've erased, which is Mongolia. Genghis Khan. There he is. Death skull even says death. That's his literal death. So actually, 1633, it seems like, oh, 33. Oh, I was talking to my beautiful husband Zen, and we were talking about what the angels were saying, and he said they're saying something important about 33, the number 33. Oh my God, you all, again, I am learning these with you guys. So the official date was, there you go, 1633, his death with the skull here. And then in 1640, they're still feeling it. They're still drawing out maps with him dying, his death. Okay, so we got Asia. What else we got here that needs to be spoken of? Let's finish this little corner here. So then you see the crosses now, right? They're spreading. The religion is spreading. He's dead. Now the Archon, AI is going to run those humans who allowed for him to be crucified, who were part of crucifying him, or try to throw stones at his twin flame, Mary Magdalene. And what is this? She looks like she's floating in water. And here we are, another map that we're seeing finally of the Americas in, what was it, 1633. And now we're seeing more development over here. It's not just trees Okay. But there's still positivity, right? Even though he's been crucified by this narcissist, nasty men, the Romans, the Illuminati, the Masons, Freemasons. So what does this mean? It looks like it's again, the depiction of Mother Mary with her child, you all, in the Americas. Again shown the veiling of his birth, bringing that in. But then we see his death too. Gulf of Mexico, Cuba. And then we got South America. That's just nasty. So you crucify him and then you're gonna act like you're holding him with a cross. Disgusting. You're a pedo. So this is another form where they're showing like, okay, now they're using his Christ consciousness, his Christ energy. They're trying to use it to basically invert humanity and the earth. And there's some more. So we got, again, Mother Mary with her beautiful Yeshua. Look at what a pretty depiction this is too. They got the halos. Oh, he's holding something here. Oh, this is so beautiful. Like a tree, huh? Yeah, they're inside a flower tree. What's he holding? It looks like a sphere. They're looking over to the left over there. Let's see what else we can discover here, and then we'll finish up your questions, you all. There's a little bit more in Africa there, you all. See that? And then again, the cross is spreading everywhere, and they're worshiping, and the stigma that they're starting to make from his death starting to spread there. Persia. So dense. This is around the Roman area, right? Romans. Okay, so that makes sense. Wow. You know what it feels like, his birth, you all? It feels like his birth birthed us over here. Do you understand? Like, oh, it just, how can I explain what I'm seeing when it's just one of the most incredible things I've ever seen in my life. What he did in many forms. Okay, so then like the Mayan Atlantean, right, goddess that came in and started to teach Watch the Mayan part 1 and part 2 when I channeled them. And they started doing pyramids. So these pyramids, right, kept them cloaked. But then it's like they were still so high level 4D, they were still almost 5D, you can say. That then his birth basically really brought this whole world that was being cloaked before that into reality, into existence. His birth, literally that. And when he did that, it's like I'm seeing a replica of Asia and Europe, Africa, right? That side of the map, and then North America and South America. And it's like, this is why we explain, this is why it makes sense, you all, when I say, when we've been talking about how like Illinois is depicted as Jerusalem, and there's even like hieroglyphics found in caves inside like Illinois, like, and then like Grand Canyon is depicted as Egypt because they're a replica that Yeshua created in birth for us. Oh my God, do you understand? I hope this makes sense to you all. Let me know if this makes sense to you. Wow. Okay. So let me see your questions and read your comments. So make sure you're writing all the comments so I know, because I like to add more to your comments. So let's see what's next. Okay, so I forgot which ones I said to bold. Yeah, so we talked about the fish. So the map number 3. Okay, thank you. Map number 3 is the map, the Ottoman Empire, Islamic flags. You're already seeing the Islamic regime happening there, you all. So it began from his crucifixion. And that has been in the making. Like, do you know how hard it is to see females completely covered up? That is really hard to see, because it was not like this. And watch the regression of women to understand that. I'll show you something that I came across here. Let me find the books here. These clones, these pedo clones, are just going all over, and they're trying to rape people and kill them. It's disgusting. So here it is. A Yazidi woman escaped from ISIS terrorists and burned Islamic niqab after she escaped. And she talks about, like, I think I shared it on my Twitter, but yeah, she was kidnapped, raped by ISIS, and they covered her up. And that's why they want them covered up. This is not how they looked before, right? This is not how they looked. They had beautiful adornments, and I've shared them on my Twitter. I'll have to find it. What they look like. So this Islamic Muslim religion pudding is like, it's got some organic stuff to it, but if you are cloaking and masking women, you are degrading them, and you are taking away their power. They should be able to breathe just like you breathe, without a mask over their face. And that was the next target after Yeshua passed away. Then we see, thank you for that map. You see how important your comments are? Because that's how that began. Okay. All right. So let's keep going here. Next comment here. Let me see. I'm pretty sure. Well, I showed you guys in that video, so you guys could check out the masking of the females there. Okay. And we know that Jerusalem is the throat chakra, the sacred law of vibration, throat chakra. Okay. Next one. Yeah. So your questions. Yeah. I agree with you. Those are the Islamic flags. So next one is map 3. On the top of each star is a sign that reminds me of the lily that is also used in French flags. Can you share more about that? Okay, map 3. Let me look at it. That's it. I shared them in order. So this one, right? Because I think this is the third one I shared. Okay, and then you said that that's found in old maps. Was it this one? Yeah, I think you're talking about that one. Okay, so let me see what Yeshua says about your question. Oh, okay, fleur de lis is what it is. It's called. Oh, yeah. I see it. Okay, I see it. I see what you're talking about. So you're talking about this one here. This flower. Okay, so what's going on here? This is where he's been crucified. This is the flowers, that's what you're talking about? Okay, so if that's what you're talking about, let me see a picture of it, because I feel like the flower would talk to me if I see a picture of it. We should be done in the probably next 10 minutes, you all. We're almost done. Thank you for this very important video. We'll see what we channel next Friday live again. Oh, yeah, that's very sacred, huh? That's found in like a lots of Tartarian old shields in old castles. Basically, what Yeshua saying that it means nobility, it means divine, it means sacredness. Basically royalty. It means that this is depicted because of royalty, and in a not inverted way, that means that they're just kind of more godly, I guess, or carry more higher DNA of source of light, and basically maybe they might have more superpowers like what Yeshua could do and walk on water, but we were in a time and space where these abilities are still there, you know, accessible for us. Basically, it means like divine royal DNA. Okay, next one is, okay. I see. Okay, next one. All right, so those are all your questions. So now I'm going to go into the comments. So first map, it looks like a fish. Yeah, we talked about that. Next comment, it looks like a mouth with legs and arms. You guys are funny. Yeah, it does. Oh, it looks like a tooth with legs and arms. Yeah. That whatever Gog thing. Next one is talking about Yeshua is so activating. I feel blossoms of energy all around Veluvia. Thank you, Veluvia, to you. Thank you. That means the world to me. And A.U.R.A. and brother Yeshua, infinite and perfect love. Thank you. He says thank you. The next one is I asked because Queen of Sheba was supposed to be with King Solomon, and they were from the lineage of the Scenes. I have to look into Queen Sheba further. So I wonder if Queen of Sheba was more like grandmother Anna, you all. So I feel like I'm gonna have to channel grandmother Anna, which I feel has a connection with Queen of Sheba, you all. So we'll look into that later. Thank you for asking that. Didn't know that. Okay. All right, and then next one, Yeshua with America on his back. It's like Atlas holding the earth type of image. It is. Yeah. Next one, map 3. Antarctica is huge in map 3. Oh, you're right. I didn't even notice that. I was too centered on his crucifixion. Let's look at that. What? Wait, is that Antarctica? This is supposed to be, I mean, that looks like Antarctica, you all. Yeah. Let me show you what they're talking about here. I mean, when we're looking at this is huge lens. So, you all, what he's saying is that it didn't just unveil America, it also unveiled Antarctica walls, lands, you all. Whoa. What? That's crazy. Okay. See next one here. Oops. Okay. Let me see your other comments, and we're just about done, y'all. we've done incredible. And I'm excited about Queen of Sheba. And I gotta say, I mean, Yeshua wasn't light, he was tone like this, you know? Is what he wants to say there. Okay. He wasn't full Nubian, but he was like in between. So I feel like something else is coming up about that. Coming up for Queen Sheba or Grandmother Anna. Ooh, let's see. Next comment is yeah, good. Keeping an eye out, guys. If you notice anything else that I didn't cover, let me know. Map 3, yeah, Antarctica Sea. Okay, the red flags with the crescent moon look like Turkish flags but flipped. Good, thank you. I don't have maps memorized, so I appreciate you helping me out with that. Next one is 1640 map looks like Europe with Italy at the center. Let's look at that. 1640. Looks like Europe, Italy at the center. I agree. Yeah. We know there's some mermaids there, right? Talk about them later. We'll have to cover Italy as well too, because there's some magic energy over there that has been, you know, the Vatican, y'all. What? That was all benevolence. Okay. That's why they have such a strong pedophile priest hold on that. All right. Thank you. Next comment. 1633 adds up to 13. That's right. Wow. Which then adds up to number 4. Wow. Yeah, right? He's the 13th key. Those of you who've done the Isis Priestess course, which you can find on my website or Patreon when I teach it live every 6 months, we have a whole class about the 13 keys and how he wielded the star, and the sacred laws of the universe, and how he birthed in that the world that of Americas. You all unveiled it. Wow. Oh my God. Okay. Next one. So Sharia law is about control. Okay. Yeah, control. This next one is Christian is their preference as one world religion. Are we talking about Christianity? What Christian, is that the word? Is their preference as one world religion? Yeah, I mean, they want that one world regimen. I mean, you know, every religion is better than the other, and you know, their God is better to worship. Yeah. We know how many young little girls they killed alone in the Renaissance era. I mean, come on. You killed like 10-year-old, 13-year-old girls. They always make it seem like it was women. It was freaking little girls. I've traveled America and I've seen those little girls like trapped in those lakes and how their souls ascend out through entity removal as I'm traveling. And you are disgusting. And these were little girls who liked to smell flowers. So you see in these maps, like after his death, that plague, it's nasty. Honestly, I mean, those of you who still follow religion, you should not be following it after they've killed and raped so many children. That religion, what do you think's powering up your religion you're following? The blood and the rape of humankind. And that you're feeding into your world. And this is Yeshua talking. You are keeping the world asleep. And praise Jesus Christ. Praise Jesus Christ. Stop praising him. He's your brother. He's an equal to you, and that's the last thing he'd ever want for you to do. Get out of that system. Get out of that programming. You're keeping the world dense and heavy. You are spiritual without any religion. Talk to the natures of earth, the natures within you. I could go on, and I will move on. Okay, the next one is China set aside baby girls to die. That's right, when they were born in this day and age, you all. I mean, we could come and like make a whole video and explain to you how religion has done this over and over. And you could keep defending your religion, but you have a parasite in you. And it's called the real devil, the archon artificial. It's an entity inside of you. Time to exorcise that entity out of you and release it and vibrate to love and know that there's no separation in humankind in any religion or race. And you have in any form, if you keep religion, you are the same people who have done this to humanity, who have killed those baby girls. So I know you're going to, that thumbs down that we already saw, it's you religious people. Don't bother. Your mind is controlled. Try to expel out that virus that's in you. Thank you guys for your comments. Next one is, would that make the Renaissance Festival Fair inverted? Well, I mean, I love Renaissance fairs. I love to go to Renaissance Fair. Just tap into the organic part of it. I mean, in the Renaissance ages, dragons still existed. That's why you see so many Renaissance movies where the dragons flew. So no, I think that if, so long as you tap into the positivity, you are good. Have some fun. Just be careful. I mean, some of these Renaissance fairs, you have children walking around, and some of these people are really kind of almost kind of naked, and it's very vulgar. Like the acts that they put upon, they're doing sexual, like thrusts and talking about sex. So just like, you could see the vulgarness that was happening in the Renaissance ages through these Renaissance fairs. But there's also lots of beauty. There's fairies and dragons that was there among them. So hey, go and bring some light. Transmute the crap out of these things. Someone said 33 is how old they say when he died. There you go, you all. He wasn't 33. He was 1633 or 633. And then when you take away the one though, right? 633 is 12, which then is 3, which is creation, divine mother, father, and child, who he represented to us and reminded us that we were the children, the children of God, equal to him. Thank you, you all. You guys are incredible. Comment next one. Beautiful. Veluvia, Yeshua, and AuroRa for bringing this awareness, remembrance back to us. I just feel so much lighter that we've been able to find the data, you all. Thank you. Next one is, thank you, AuroRa. So wonderful to be with you all again. Thank you, Veluvia. Veluvia to you all. Thank you as well. I love you. I love you, honor you, and respect you. Thank you for understanding this with your heart. Thank you for being open to understanding that all the programming on earth that you are now releasing and devailing and letting go of. Thank you. Thank you for listening to me, you all, for 7 years. You are incredible. You've been able to keep up with me. Come sign up to our courses. Come meet me in Sedona, you all. It's the womb of creation. It's the womb of earth. Come manifest and create your life that you want to have here. If you have any kind of blockage in abundance, you get there, and that abundance will triple once you touch the womb of mother, her red soil, and all the beautiful ancient trees whose blueprints still hold the space. As we saw, in the Grand Canyon, we talk about that. Sedona, Grand Canyon was a giant tree, you all had a giant tree. They're all they're waiting for you. Join us in our workshops, retreats, courses. I love you, honor you, respect you. Make sure you hit like right now if you haven't hit like before we end this video. We'll see what we talk about next Friday. Thank you for being here. I love you, honor you, respect you. Have a beautiful, blessed weekend. Thank you, everyone. Hold on. Yeshua's sending a wave of love through me. So stop for that minute and feel the love. Feel it in your heart. You are beautiful. You are adored. You are cherished. You are protected. You are divine. You are the most beautiful, divine creation. Feel his love. Feel his love. Allow yourself to feel his love. If you blocked his love, if you blocked your love, let him open up your heart and activate your heart. Never in worship, but only in understanding that he is the heart of creation, as you are. You are a piece of the heart. He didn't die on the cross because of our sins. He died on the cross because he knew he was going to be sacrificed eventually. I mean, he was an oracle, a seer. He knew it was going to happen. He still lived every day, every year for us, to show us, to be that example that no matter what, you hold that love no matter what happens. And he taught that to us beautifully. He brought so much love back to earth in that time of his birthing. And that is why we weep when we think about that love, when he walked among us. So remember, he's still here. He's soiled in the soil of earth. His heart is one with Mother Earth. Feel your heart one with his heart on earth, in earth. Feel your heart beat to the beat of Mother Earth. Earth's heart. I'll see you next time, you all. Thank you.